Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to my weekly reading recap. At the time of recording this video, not 5 minutes ago, I just posted my latest video, my stock my bookshelf video. If you haven't watched that one, go give it a watch. I think it was interesting. It's my first time trying to do the time-lapsey bookshelf stocking type videos. So let me know what you think of that. If you like more content like that, I can make a bookshelf organizing video. I think I said in that video I need to organize my books. That video is basically just putting them all on the shelves and getting a count of what I had. But yeah, this is the aftermath of it. I'll scoot out of the way. But yeah, basically the way it's organized now in no particular order essentially is this is all contemporary fiction, and then right below this starts fantasy, and it sort of bleeds over into this shelf, and you can barely see the tops of the books at the bottom shelf. So I'll probably play around with it. I still need to hang a poster up back there, and slowly but surely moving into my new library. I'll probably do a full tour once everything is in its place after my bookshelf organizing tour, or not tour, organizing video, what have you. But yeah, slowly but surely making this place my own. And if you're new here, welcome. I just moved, so getting all my books from place A to place B has been a journey because I have a lot of them, but it's been fun nonetheless. Now let's talk books, some books I've read this week. Similar to the last couple of weeks, I'm still working through the Pickwick Papers by Charles Dickens. This is, of course, my Oxford Illustrated 1986 edition. And I say illustrated because it has illustrations in it as the original copies did when it was serialized. Actually, I'm not sure if the pictures came out in the newspapers when it was serialized or when it was first published as a novel, but it has actually all of the original pictures in them that correspond with what's happening, so that's very neat. And yeah, this has been good. I've sort of had to change my perspective on what this book is. And don't take this the wrong way, but I thought that this was going to be some hard, high literature, highbrow book. And you had to think deeply about the meaning and all the characters and whatnot, and to me it's not like that at all. It's sort of a silly, whimsical adventure book that's highly funny. I would say the only barrier to entry for this book is the language. The way Dickens writes is very long sentences, very flowery language for the middle of the 1800s when he was writing his books. And so you can get tripped up if you're not paying attention. It's like when you're reading and the movie in your head stops playing and it becomes words on the page again. That is sort of more prone to happen to me with this book because the sentences are so long. But it is good. It's entertaining nonetheless. I like it. And I guess that's all I have to say about it. Sorry, I had some notes pulled up on the book. I guess I can't find them now, but yeah, it's good. Essentially, the premise of the book, if you haven't heard of it or haven't read it yet, is it's about this man named Sam Pickwick. Funnily enough, my name is also Sam. And he has him and his three friends have this club called the Pickwick Club, and I believe they make like a newspaper. They're like newspaper writers. And I think that the paper hasn't been doing well, and so they need to sort of get some better stories in the paper, in the press. And so they go about this by taking funds from this club, from the Pickwick Club, and traveling abroad. I guess not abroad, it's all in, it was England at the time. And they just travel around England and they document their adventures and the silly people they meet and the mischief they get up to. And it's pretty funny, some of the things that they do. It's like pretty dry British humor, which I find funny. If you've watched some of my other videos on books I've read, like, what is it? Books by, it's right there on my shelf. Where is it? Yes, David Nichols. Us by David Nichols. I know that's more of a contemporary book, but it's a British author, has some dry British humor. And then also Thank You for Smoking by Buckley. It's not a British author, I don't think, but has some of that more dry humor, and I like that, and it's funny to me. So yeah, this book is, I'm just taking my time with it. Each chapter is like its own sort of story because it was serialized, and so each chapter has to capture the audience because it was serialized. They need people to stay hooked throughout and buy the next issue of the paper in which this story was written. So it's good. It's long, deceivingly long. It's 800 pages, and I am on page 560, so I may finish it this week, I may not. I have it on audio as well. I think the author does, or the narrator, excuse me, does a good job with the different voices because there are so many characters. There obviously are like sort of the main cast of characters, and then all the people they meet as well sort of add on to the list. There's a lot of characters, but not all of them are super important, so it takes some getting used to, I would say. And yeah, it's been fun. It's sort of a more, it takes a lot for me to sit down and read it and understand it because the sentences are long. So I've started another book, I guess by another British author, and started as sort of just that because I've only read the introduction to it. And that is A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. And like I said, I just read the intro to this book, so not a whole lot. I don't really know what it's about from my understanding. It's about this guy, this boy, I think. Yeah, 15-year-old. It's set in 1963 in London, and it's sort of a future telling of like society if crime and gangs were to overtake society, I think. It's a short book. It's sort of just a short, punchy book, 200 pages. And so I've read the introduction because I was sort of feeling burnt out on Pickwick Papers, and then it hit a good spot and it sort of picked back up again, so I haven't really picked it up since then. That poetry collection, I haven't read any of that this week. I may not just like stop mentioning that. We'll see. It's in my bedroom, it's there. I'm hoping like in my sleep the poetry just sort of makes its way into my head, but that hasn't happened as of yet. So yeah, still just chunking through. Pickwick Papers is my main read. Started A Clockwork Orange as well, and got some more books on my shelf. This tiny little shelf I need to figure out what to do with. I can only lay books on it like this because it's so short, or I need to get like a screwdriver and get the like brackets out from underneath it and move it down a bit so I could fit real books in it. I don't really know what I'm doing with that yet. Also, this is subject to change. This is my Oxford Illustrated Jane Austen collection, as well as my first edition, book club edition of the Sherlock Holmes complete collection that is sort of out of place, sitting on top of books like Game of Thrones, The Hobbit, Red Rising, that stuff. So it may go like right above my head on that empty shelf. We'll see. I'll move things around. It'll look different from video to video, and so you'll just have to keep your eyes peeled. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys have been reading. This has been it's been a better week of reading for me. I know last week I didn't read a whole lot because I was in the middle of the move and I was packing up all my books and things like that. So, and moving in, and made that apartment tour video. If you haven't checked it out, give it a watch. I think it's pretty good. It's a longer video, but we'll see. Not much has changed in my apartment since that video. But yeah, let me know what you're reading with a comment down below. I hope you have a great week of reading. I hope you have a great week of everything. Good food, good people, good week at work if that is your thing, or a good week of not working if that is also your thing. I wish I was in that second category, but this is a new week. It will be better. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching up until this point. Leave a like if you liked it. Consider subscribing if you're new, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for hanging out, guys.